So order of operation tells us, when we're doing arithmetic, it tells us which operation comes first, second, third and fourth. So a way to remember the order is this acronym called Bimdas, so B-I-M-D-A-S. So with this acronym, what's at the top here? So these are first, so this is done first, okay, this is done second, this is done third, fourth, fifth, and then last. Okay, so this is the order of operations. So brackets are anything that's inside brackets. So for example, if in your problem you had something like this, 2 plus 3 plus 2. So you have to do what's inside the brackets first. So 2 plus 3 and then is 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. The I means the index or square roots. So for example, if you had something like this, if you had, let's say, the square root of 4 plus plus, let's say, 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. So again, what you'd have to do is you'd have to do this square root and index first. Okay, so the square root of 4 is 2, and then 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Okay, so that's 6. 6 by 2 is 12, and then 3 12s is 36. So that would be equal to 36. So again, if you had an operation like this, you don't do the multiplication first, you do this, and then you do this. So multiplication then is, so if you have something like this, so 2 multiplied by 3 plus 5, you don't add the 3 and 5 because that's lower down here. You do 2 multiplied by 3 first, which is 6, plus 5, which is equal to 11. So if you add 3 plus 5, that will give you 8, and then 2 times 8 is 16, so that's a completely different number. So that's multiplication. Division then as well, so if I had 3 plus 4 divided by 2, again I have to do this division part first before I add on the 3. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. If I do the division, okay, and then you have addition, okay, so 3 plus 3 minus 2. So again, 3 plus 3, add these two together first, 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. And then the same then with subtraction then as well. So 3 plus 3 minus 2. So that's going to be equal to 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so that's what we mean by, when we talk about operations, this is what we mean. So these are the different kinds of operations. So you have brackets. So for example, this is an example of brackets. Indexes and square roots. So for example, this is a square root and this is an index or a power. And multiplication is this sign here. Division is this. Addition is this. And subtraction is this. So what this really tells you, what this order of operations tells you is when you have a problem that has multiple parts and has multiple operations, so it might have brackets, index, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, it gives you a logical way at working it out. So for example, you always do what's inside brackets first, then you do index and roots, then you do multiplication, then you do division, then you do addition, and then you do subtraction. And that's what's known as the order of operations. So here are two questions that like typical questions that you can get that involve working with this order of operations. So if we take the first question here, so first of all, we identify how many operations have we got at play. So we have the 22 being added to the 13, so we have addition, and we know that addition is roughly down here. And then we have this here, it's all over 7, so that means that you're taking the answer of this and you're dividing it by 7. So how do we work this out? So we would add up the two top parts at the top. So it's going to be 22. So it's going to be 35 divided by 7 which is equal to 5. Okay, so that's the first one. Now if we look at this one, this is a really good example of using Bimdas. So again, what do we have to do? We have to do the top and the bottom parts first, and then we divide the two parts, okay? So if we take the top part here, so we have to do the top and bottom part first. So 2 to the power of 2 is 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4, multiplied by the square root of 100, which is equal to 10, over, and then it's going to be 4 multiplied by, and we have to do what's inside the brackets first, so it's going to be 6 minus 1, which is 5, and then we have to multiply these two top parts, so that's equal to 40, divided by 20, which is equal to 2. Okay, so this is order of operations, and how order of operations is important when it comes to working out when you have questions like this, for example, that have multiple different parts and different operations, which one you have to do first.